Perfect.
Next question we got is Nick, just curious, are both metadata and licenses stored in blockchain? If so, are owners allowed to update those for any reason?
Yeah, so not all the metadata will be stored on chain, but key pieces of it that are important to transactional integrity will be stored on chain. The reason we don't do that is because the most expensive thing in blockchain is storage space. Otherwise, you would just put the media right on the blockchain and not use IPFS or something like that. So key pieces of the metadata will be stored on there. So can you update it? So there are things that you should be able to update, but there are things that would, from a commerce standpoint, be terrible for you to update. So for example, if your asset had already been licensed, it wouldn't make sense for you to go and change the license agreement after that, right? Like people have already agreed to it, you shouldn't be able to change it. But it might be okay for you to change the number of editions. Perhaps you might say, okay, I'm going to freeze it now and that's it, no more, or something like that. So you might have made a typo in maybe the description, which is very benign. You could go change that potentially. But I think what will happen there is there will be certain fields that are sacred, that they are immutable. You cannot change them. And then there are others that would be okay to change. You can look at systems like Twitter or X, etc. on your profile, right? There's some things you go and do, you do it, you're done. You cannot change it ever again. But there are some things that you're allowed to update. And so it'll be exactly like that. So for the most part, think of things as being immutable as much as possible, but a few things you might be allowed to update.